Okay, we're back with Call of Cthulhu, and let's just jump right in and enter madness. At Cthulhu? What are we looking at?
Who goes there?
Who goes there?
That nightmare again. I need a drink.
He needs a drink. Are you sure about that? Okay. Okay, we're back in that mansion. Looks like. Who's talking down there? Holden and Bradley.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
I can't do that one. Went to Bradley. Should be dead. But I can't ask that because of the medical profession.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
It seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
You and Dr. Holden.
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Okay. Memory seems to be failing.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Okay. So that was talk. What?
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller and a nurse. Blood everywhere. My legs, the pain, I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
I met a Francis Sanders.
Besides Francis,
Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders
Right.
died.
He floated up in the air and all that, man.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Better to confront the truth? Well, that might give us some
He's right.
closer.
We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance.
Madness.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Okay. If you saw up in the left-hand corner, that choice will affect my fate or something like that. I can't remember. Talk to Sanders. Pierce, Holden, and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trial to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the gambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died. For madness.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here.
What is she doing here?
You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Ew. Well, hopefully you have stuff to tell me.
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack?
Yes.
What happened?
Bad. Dad screaming right before my eyes. Well, that might be on the nose. I was no longer there when it happened. You're taking it quite well.
I expected to find you more grief-stricken than this by the death of your husband.
I do not like the tone of your allusion, sir. I had long months to weep every tear in my body, and to accept, if not my fate, at least that of my husband. And so I'm sorry to disappoint you if you're expecting more hysteria and grieving widow in my voice. Rest assured, however, my anger is real. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
I share your grief, but I had nothing to do with it. The true...
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
He did speak of Shambler. What's Cat doing here? I mean, I do want to know that.
May I ask you what Miss Baker is doing here? How do you know her?
My business with Miss Baker is private, Mr. Pierce.
But you do know what kind of business Miss Baker is in, don't you?
I am no fool. Please believe that much, at least.
Okay, good. I can still ask this.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Oh, the gallery's in here. What do you mean?
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Photograph of Sarah Hawkins next to the Sanders. He must be... Okay. Oh, she gone.
A house of artists. A house of artists.
That's... You look at the piano and that's what you have to say? Okay, that's fine.
Frances Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
Perhaps secret lovers?
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
Whoa. Ghost.
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
Curse painting or something?
She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel? Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
That seems like that.
the Shambler. I need to see it.
That was strange. There was something.
Did she really care for him after all?
Dear Madam, I acknowledge of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you at the moment of his internment. You signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you, Thomas Fuller. Doesn't want to give his body back. Medicine tome.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Sanders session. Audio recording that Francis Sanders left with his wife. Warner. Nope. Fine, I'll go the way I'm supposed to.
I could use one of those.
Sleeping. I found these sleeping pills in the Sanders house. Were they prescribed to Francis Sanders or Ivory?
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Dear Francis, I beg you to give up all hope of ever owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning for you, please spare me the way of guilt. I cannot be the architect of all. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the Shambler, your friend Sarah Hawkins.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Volume spends more time on the Reverend. Care about that? Did I care about that? Oh. I got a key. Gallery. Read book. Not read book. It's a kind of encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Oh.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I've got to verify the painting for a buyer. Not here to create a problem for you. Now we're doing this one.
I have a well-off client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders and wanted me to size up his estate before making an offer to his widow.
Nice story. Bad lie. Learn how to dupe, Detective. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
Man, I'm gonna punch you right in the face. Miss Sanders.
There's more than that, Miss Baker.
So people have been talking behind my back. I was almost beginning to like you, Mr. Pierce. But it stays cat for you.
You knew the Sanders?
Irene is a friend of mine.
Okay.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
No. I like Fitzroy better. Okay. Oh wow. That's a lot. Doesn't look good. Why is that glowing? Maybe that one's not.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Why can I hide here?
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Oh. Yeah, I'm still concerned while I can hide. Oh, that was... There it is. The sham. It's a portal to hell.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. Wait, what's my objective? Gummit. Oh, what's this?
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Not at night. Sneak up behind him or something. Break it. I knew it. Okay. Oh.
Damn it. This dagger didn't work.
You have to find the right dagger again. Alright, let's try this one. Nope.
Damn it.
Stab the painting. Nope. Okay.
looks different.
Do it now. Oh. Stab the painting. Do it. We did not like that. Goodbye, Shambler. Burn the painting. Uh-oh. What did it do to me?
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You're losing it.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Yes.
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
What do you mean?
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
And you're gonna give me this information free of charge? I really should.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I still got things to settle with Irene.
What's she looking? Chapter 7, The Nameless Bookstore. The Chandler turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins. As a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce, after a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back to the painting. He later discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature has been sold to Sanders by a man named Alron Drake, owner of the Nameless Bookstore. Pierce decided to pay the library a visit. Enter madness.
Where's the bookseller? Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
This practical work written by Sigmund Freud, the psychologist, describes a technique of interpreting dreams. The analysis must follow several rules, especially that of free association, a principle announced by Freud at the end of the 19th century. It treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. I cannot believe that this theory is applicable to my nightmares. No? See, what else we got?
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Pastors, I don't care. I never read the other ones. I wonder if that's or to the History of Dark Water Volume 4. In the 19th century, as an American whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, whales gradually disappeared from the water surrounding dark water. This phenomenon appears even more mysterious because up until then, a region was a favored refuge for whatever that word is. In 1847, after months of pursuit, Scylla returned to the port with a gigantic creature on board. Its crew assessed that the sea monster had eaten all of the disappeared whales. After a night of furious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast onto the whaling ship. Wait, they think magnificent catch ate all the whales. History of Darkwater 2. A Puritan colony led by Reverend John Wykewood settled onto the island during the 17th century. They named the island Darkwater because of the dark shades of the sea. I figured that's why they called it dark water. They believed it was because of the particular color of the rock surrounding the island. They erected the first buildings, among which were the Hawkins Manor, the church, and the cemetery. A rare document and handwritten notes they left spoke of nightmares and deviant behaviors. They disappeared at the beginning of the 18th century. In all kinds of...
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
The Tibetan writings are the origin of the Esoteric movement founded by Helen. At the end of 19th century, the creator of the Theosophy would have drawn extensively on the text of the work, but no one has ever been able to consult them. I thought they didn't exist. This book, discovered in the nameless bookstore on Darkwater, could be as much a fake as irrefutable proof of... I don't really understand what any of that meant, but okay.
What happened here?
Oh, something bad happened. Did he get attacked by the shambler?
Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Amateurs. You definitely don't want to cut yourself on a door breaking in.
No sign of struggle. If the burglar smashed this jar, it wasn't intentionally. Was he hurt then?
No. Maybe.
What killed all these animals?
Oh, I see.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the... Charles Hawkins?
Oh, it's Hawkins.
Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see it?
In the prison, or...
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess?
Some kind of protection room or something?
Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
A book.
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case. Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Okay, so we got another puzzle. The page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality, in order that they be recovered and burnt. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother, if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates accurate, acute, I don't know, as sharp as mine, they can gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. But if by any chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination to the safe, I would ask that they deliver its contents into the safekeeping of my own friend and colleague, Professor Armitage, of Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you nor to suffer from your actions. So we need cylinders. Handbook on it. At least this can be said about this book, is that its title is well condensed. The illustrations of human anatomy and discrete methods prevent. Okay, let's see. Too important.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
It seems like it. I found a sleeping pill bookshop. Does the bookseller suffer from insomnia?
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
This key that bears the elder sign, and the only one able to protect your physique, it is in the form of a cylinder medallion, or I don't know, hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch were purpose is to push back the forces of great old ones. The great old ones were engraved at its center. Everything points to Charles Hawkins, that tore it from his last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. Press cuttings that mentioned the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery, considered it to be the last of Hawkins' trip to remain to be seen whether or not find it. My goodness, there's so many books.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
A collection of poems by Edward Pickman Derby, also known as the Nightmare Lyrics. This collection of poems was sensationally received when first published in 1908. Derby was only 18 years old. This volume was part of Arkham Mythology, luxury collection of treatises and nothing.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Arkham.
Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. How many volumes are there in this collection?
All Arkham junk. Let's see.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Oh, that was Handbook on Anatomy. Awesome. Read book.
What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
That looks like the Shambler. This collection catalogs and classifies creatures I've never heard of, divinities from the stars, creatures capable of traveling from one dimension to another. It presents itself as the reference work on the I can't say that word, of myth. Without giving details on mythology to which it refers, pages are covered with something illustrations. Cool. Okay, so where do I go? Oh, apparently I didn't have to play the cylinder. Exactly. Here? Oh, what's this?
Things are not looking good.
Okay.
A kind of chalice.
This goblet seems to be very ancient. It seems to be made of gold and decorated with real precious stones. The rubies and sapphires make up a specific motif. I could not tell you. Oh, here we go. Oh, Edalus.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
So 9 is definitely the third number. He said something about protecting the White Queen, which is 3. So what's the first number then?
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it.
The chalice of knowledge.
Okay, so we got 4, 5. So 5,
I
3,
am willing
9.
to pay to know its secrets.
Ooh. 5, 3, 9. I guess I'm a genius. He said it himself. We got this book now. Huge. That doesn't seem to be good. What the heck is happening? Chapter 8, Riverside Institute. Why do I keep calling it Riverdale? In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary I can't say that word. Are you serious? Burglar. Burger. Anyway, you get it. Uh, he discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find the letter in Sarah find the letter in Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. Ladder? I don't know. Is that supposed to be a name? A book covered in human skin lied inside the Necronomicon. Irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. Is it? I think it is the Necronomicon because it's human skin. Enter madness.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Patient, has he been Should I call Dr. Fuller?
Very well. I'll examine him. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
He's getting suction cups on his fingers like a octopus or squid. He has something in his belly. Really dehydrated. The state of his.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
Interesting.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
Symptoms are worrisome. Anything like this, you're turning a monster.
I've seen suction cups
Boom.
on his fingers, his falling body temperature, his dehydration. Had I only read the report, you know what I would have concluded, Doctor.
Do I? Tell me anyway. I'm curious.
He's no longer human. These are the attributes of an animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Is that a threat?
Was that a threat?
Oh,
What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Hidden files are proof. No one mentioned crime. Now, be out of it.
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Get
Of
turned
course,
into a
Doctor.
squid.
You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
That's what would happen. From space. Don't sneak up on me like that. Okay. So, get into Fuller's office.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation.
I don't know what any of that means. Oh, okay.
Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
Ain't gonna happen. What was the point of that?
Hay fever. What's he doing here?
I don't know.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
Here's you tell.
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back.
Perhaps. No idea. passed out.
Gotcha.
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Yeah, I figured that.
Mrs. Sanders?
Mrs. Sanders.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
The file describes the date in which Irene Sanders entered the Riverside Institute, as well as the treatment administrated. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with the quiet and rest that she needs. What happened to her? Okay.
What is the boiler room key doing here?
Take it.
The key to the boiler room.
Take
Not
it.
where I expected to find it.
Okay, I guess I don't want to take it.
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors.
That led him to be in hospital?
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Wait, is that the same dude? No, okay. They look very similar.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. His binds left bloody wounds. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling.
So, doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Keep taking care of wounds. I don't know what more we could do.
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Roasted. Get put in your place. Okay, we need to find his office. Oh my goodness, it's Bradley.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
Acting.
Tell me your symptoms.
I have headaches. And I can't sleep.
Do you suffer from insomnia?
No. Look, I don't want you to laugh at me.
Ethan, if you don't trust me, then who?
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
Entered madness.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet,
No.
but I will figure all this
Maybe.
out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh, there's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
I can't really tell what Fuller's doing exactly, but then we have Charles Hawkins, and he's obviously like a cult of Cthulhu. I don't understand how these two are connected.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Shut up. Okay, I just continue on. Please stop talking.
This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Bad juju. Magumbo. Georgia.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
Okay.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Thomas Fuller.
Let's hope I can go through the administration office.
Is this administration? It is. Well, that was easy.
Wait a minute.
Ah.
Where do you think you're going?
Shut up, nurse. I'm a doctor.
Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Okay, snitch. A little ass kisser. What am I supposed to do then?
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
I really don't like you.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest.
Huh?
It's
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
I know where the key's at. Distract Donovan, cut off the water. Go get that key because
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
for some reason it wouldn't let me pick it up, but maybe it
No,
will
you're
now.
pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the back.
Yeah.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
But where is the... Right there. Ew. Come on.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
There's plenty of junk laying around. I don't think you're supposed to just leave patients unattended like that.
We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, but Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment. We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks. The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
Weird. Signed by Dr. Fuller. Dude. That's what I can hear. Storage room. Something. Here we go. Monkey wrench. And is that gonna help us? Turn it, I guess? Not really sure how that would make it easier.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Okay, go back to it. Where was she? Over here, right?
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Over here.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
Sorry, but it has to. You just gone immediately?
At last. The missing files must be hidden here.
I would hope so.
Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something.
Wow, that was hard.
Patient files.
Sarah Hawkins interview.
I was right.
Yeah. Oh, we just gotta listen to him here right now.
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Oh, are we supposed to be searching something? Yes.
Why is Ethan on medication?
I don't know.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
What? Blood was the key to what exactly?
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Said that Sarah had abilities? What
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
Huh?
I must go back to the basement.
Why?
I should go another way.
Okay, so how do we get to the base? I think I've ever been in this. Oh yeah, I have. Why are we down here exactly? Arrow down here? Immediately blood everywhere. Oh.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Oh no. I done got injected with something. Oh, back to Pierce.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! I swear I'll shoot!
It was Hawkins. You're not a killer. You're gonna regret it.
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Told you.
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait! No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
Okay.
All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
Let's go save the doctor with our new partner. Chapter 9 Riverside Institute. The book projected Pierce into the body of Dr. Colden. The detective watched helplessly as Bradley's friend carried out her inquiry. Confronted with the experiments of Fuller, she got into his office and discovered that the director of the Riverside Institute was hiding information on, if not the body of Sarah Hawkins. She was discovered by Fuller. Pierce must saved her before it's too late. Enter madness.
I pray that Colden is really here and alive.
Unlock it. Oh, Diary of a Pastor's Wife, Volume 1. I should have read the other ones. Diary of Reverend Wyker Wykewood's wife. Her husband John built the first Hawkins home called Hilltop at the end of the 17th century. They were among the first white colonists of the island. The provision...
An old diary.
Oh wait, I think I might be able to look at them. Anyway,
What does that mean?
what do you mean, what does that mean? This Dr. Fuller in 1849. Read the book. Yes. Volume 3, the collection, catalog, and classified creatures that I have never heard of. Divinity from the stars. It presents... sounds like the exact same thing. Calling one dimension from another. It presents itself as a reference work on the bestiary of the myth. Without giving details on mythology to which it refers, the pages are covered with... Okay. Whoa. Happened. Occultism leveled up, I guess? Wait, how many points did that say? I have 22. Okay, let's upgrade some psychology. No, I need to upgrade psychology. Okay, so all these should be level 3 now. Investigation. Endpoint. Validate. Okay. Anyway, okay, upgraded all my stuff. That way.
Right. Enough time wasted. Colden needs me. I must find her.
I'm hoping we can.
What the... Fuller, too.
Everybody sleeping. I'm assuming I probably shouldn't be detected.
Wouldn't like to be on that table.
Okay, I'm trying to go downstairs, that's right. Right here. Hey!
No! My God! What is happening to me? What was that? It's as if I'd been transported somewhere else.
What in the world is
What happened? Something has changed, but what?
I don't know. Protections? I think that's a protection ruin or something. No? That way I gotta go. Block A. Wait, what? So the lamps do different things?
Where have I seen this symbol?
Awaken and free me. Ooh. I don't like it. We're going this way now? I can't go. Vince bathroom. Give me the other lamp. lot darker. Whoa. What's happening? What the? What just happened? What's going on? What the heck? It's gonna kill me again. Give me this. Am I safe in this one? Okay, we're in his... No, not his office. Something over there. I'm so confused about what's happening right now. Oh, here we go. What is happening?
Destiny, it is trapped you.
Destiny has trapped me? Uh-oh. Very confused about the mechanics of what I'm doing right now. So I can open up the... Wait. I'm assuming I'm in the basement, right? Oh, I did it right before I was
You
about
are
to die.
confronting powers that surpass you.
Confronting powers. Some sort, I guess. Follow the lead. Oh, I gotta go. And I'm dead again? Why? Another blocked path. Here we go. Okay. I think this is like a safe zone right here. Because of that lamp, right? We're just trying to unlock areas of the map. Trying to get to the basement. Maybe. Demon over there. If I go through this, where to put me? I'm dead. But why? Oh, I ran out of lantern juice. That's why it killed me. So, what's the point using this? like explore the area with no risk of getting killed. Don't do that, you asshole. Okay, I think I'm starting to get it of what to do.
It looks like things are back to normal.
Just as I figured out what the mechanics of that whole situation, we finish it. Of course. Let's go save Dr. Colden. This doesn't look normal. I don't like this.
What's going on? It never ends.
Yeah, I see that. Look in any of them. I go this way. Same thing.
Damnation.
It's me.
That's
Oh.
me.
Oh
God! I gotta get out. I got.
Yeah. You have every right to feel this way. No. I hate this kind of junk. Oh, I hate it.
Pierce, I found her. I finally know what's going on. You must live and find the truth. It is already too late for me.
Are you gonna die?
Colden? What's going on? Was it a hallucination?
Oh no.
Please take a seat and be quiet, Mr. Pierce. I'll be with you in a moment.
Up.
Stop whatever the hell you're doing and turn around now.
Oh, she's dead.
No, it can't be.
No! You son of a bitch! What did you do to her?
I wish I could have done more experiments on you, Mr. Pierce.
I said, what did you do to her?
You shouldn't be sorry for your friend. You should envy her.
Murderer! This madness must stop!
I have a gun? What the heck is going on?
Colden?
No, you're still dead. Okay. The infinite darkness? Take it. Very eerie.
they do to you? Can you speak?
What is that?
What is this? Is it... what?
Sarah.
He gave him the gold and I the azure. I don't see him very often anymore. The green is stronger.
Are you feeling ill?
I'm here, but no.
Let's get you out of here.
It comes in my dreams. Our minds melt like colors on a palette.
Come with me.
It's of the oldest green. Violent living, vibrant. A sea green, maybe. No.
Mrs. Hawkins, we must go before someone finds out.
Oh, but he will. He always knows these things when it's about me.
What the heck? What?
I have seen the same color. It was not as vivid as you said.
This will
A
affect your
pale
destiny?
copy. A discarded spawn.
Do you know what it was? Tell me.
I can't. We should not call his name. Terrible consequences.
All right. Come with me.
He will know.
Done that.
He will find us.
One more reason to hurry.
Have I seen you before?
Can you walk?
Maybe.
Then let's go before your husband finds us. It was in your studio.
What?
You painted me. That's where you saw me.
Of course.
Not really
The men in white are
what's
coming.
happening anymore.
You mean the guards?
This way. Follow me.
Okay. Walk. Okay, I go first now?
What the?
Oh no.
This way!
Ah! Why can't I pull out that gun that I have?
Come out of your dumb hiding. Wait.
I'm out of here, Sarah.
Okay.
Nice.
Wait. The machine. It's the green. The decaying one.
The gas.
Yes. It's not good for living beings.
We don't have time for that.
I am not moving until the wrong is set right.
Damn it.
Is Sarah Hawkins out? That's her goal. What does she mean by the green? I guess the gas?
I'd be better off finding a tool.
Better off finding it. Find us a tool then. Oh, how about right this?
Perfect.
Poker.
All right. That should do it. Let's move.
I'm your puppet no more, you bastard!
You're my wife. My wife. You owe me obedience.
Leave her alone! We're leaving this crazy island.
You are going nowhere. Don't get between me and my wife.
Ooh. Uh-oh. I think you should pull out that gun now.
Nobody tells me what to do with my wife. How dare you? No! Why should I let you take her away when I could snap your neck?
All you did for her safety was throwing her in this rat hole.
I hid her well enough.
You let Fuller play with her.
Stop. I did everything I could to protect her. But her identity, her power, is what threatens her.
What?
Sarah has seen things, has made things you can't even begin to imagine. Would you still save her if I told you that she is even more dangerous than I am?
She's weak, physically and mentally.
Do not make the mistake of thinking she's a feeble woman. Sarah has been in the presence of the myth for too long. Even if she were to leave Darkwater, she would still hear his call. And the cult will always be here, waiting for her.
Then we get rid of its members.
You are out of your league, detective. They control the whole island. She will finally surrender to his power, and the world will fall with her.
Don't!
No one can escape the wheel of destiny, they say. But I will change it. I will save Sarah.
I'm not gonna kill him, is it? Maybe it will. Oh. Where'd he get that axe from? Okay. So I have a lot of questions. I don't think any of them really been answered yet. But what are the connections to the cult and Dr. Fuller, his experiments? What are Dr. Fuller's experiments? And like what's the point of them? What is he trying to do? I don't know. I'm the whole thing. Anyway, also, how is Sarah still alive? Anyway, chapter 9, Hawkins Mansion. After the death of Colden, Pierce, victim of hallucinations, advanced inside the Riverside Institute to the point of discovering Sarah Hawkins alive, prisoner of Dr. Fuller. The last confrontation between Charles Hawkins and his wife has revealed that the man under the monstrous appearance tried to protect her from the influence of the myth. He warned Pierce if Sarah was succumbed to the lure of the occult, she will lose all free will, allowing the cult to bring its plan to friction. Summon an ancient and evil god. Henceforth, Pierce must know more about Sarah Hawkins' intentions and a way to protect her. Okay, so Charles put her in Dr. Fuller's quote unquote care, protect her from myth, his influence. Okay. Well, let's dive further and enter madness.
No parent should have to bury their child, knowing it's me that put him there. The guilt will never go away.
I feel your pain.
I'll do anything to get him back. Anything. My work was what lured me here in the first place. It began showing me things I never should have painted. Things Charles should never have seen.
What am I to you? I took care of you, saved you from your miserable life. You'll never find a man better than me. You owe me.
I owe you nothing. We'll leave now.
You're not going anywhere. You are mine!
Simon.
Come on. It's over now.
That answers one of my questions. Oh no. Hate it. Absolutely hate that. Something. Finders, crap away. Right,
Mr. Pierce, we were waiting for you.
Good. Sarah doesn't have much time.
What are you doing here?
Did you think I would let you confront the occult without supervision?
This is too dangerous for a bookworm like you.
Algernon, I need to talk to Mr. Pierce.
Very well, Sarah. I will be in Charles Hawkins' office.
Answer Sarah's question Sarah Hawkins. How did I get that so terribly wrong?
You seem different.
Yes. When I woke up this morning, my mind was sharper. Cleaner. I can still hear the voice calling me. It is so strong, so ancient, enticing, dangerous. I may never be able to escape his grip, but for now I can keep it at bay. I know what I owe you, Mr. Pierce, but I can't come back to Boston with you.
Let's see. Feel guilty. Charles Hawkins dead. There's a cult on Darkwater. Do interrupt this.
I saw everything. The tunnels under your house, the rituals, the secret society. I must get you out of its reach.
I know how dangerous they can be to me. But first, there's the Wanderer. I must find it and kill it. I am the only one who can end its slaughter.
No, you will come with me to Boston.
I owe you no obedience.
This isn't about what you want or don't want to do. You would risk destroying the world just because you can't face the consequences of your actions.
I am willing to atone for my sins.
No, you're just trying to erase all proof of the mistakes you've made.
I know what I have done. I will not rest until the creature is sent back to its dimension.
What creature exactly are you talking about? I'm gonna do it.
You can't give up, even knowing the stakes.
Yes, thank you.
Still, I won't let you go.
What?
You will stay here until I find a safe way to return to Boston.
That's ridiculous. Listen, Algernon knows of a way to protect me. Help him find what he seeks, and we may all survive this battle.
All right. I'll help you.
Wait, is me doing that giving in to Cthulhu's power or influence over me? I probably should stop doing that. Okay, Algernon. What a name. Where the heck are you? He said it was in his office. Where's his office? Oh. Nope.
How are you, Bradley?
It's you, Pierce. I'm just worried about Marie. I mean, Dr. Colden. Have you had any news?
Yeah, she's dead.
I'm so sorry, Bradley. I could do nothing to save her.
What do you mean? What happened?
I'm not sure what happened, but I found her body in the cellars of Riverside.
You sure that you've got nothing to do with it? If she hadn't tried to help you, she might still be alive.
I'm sorry.
Not my fault.
Truly.
It's that slug, Fuller. I swear I'll shoot him. What do you say, Pierce? Are you with me?
Oh my gosh. Marie Colden will not have wanted that. His grief clouds his judgment.
Fuller has committed too many atrocities.
Fuller will pay the price.
He carried out his experiments on Sarah, on me, and now he has killed Dr. Colden.
He must die.
He will suffer the fate he deserves, I promise you, but we must keep calm. He's not alone. We must identify his accomplices in order to put an end to their schemes.
If you say so. But I'm only interested in Fuller.
We must do something for those who are still alive, Bradley. Sarah is still in danger as long as the cult is active. We need to see this through, otherwise Marie's death will have been in vain.
You're, the voice of reason, Pierce. As always.
Because I am amazing and a genius, according to Algernon. Let's solve this puzzle.
Was Sarah Hawkins telling the truth?
Oh, we got some investigation to do.
What kind of ritual was she preparing? Was the painting of the Shambler displayed here? Mrs. Hawkins never told me why she was in possession of the Necronomicon. She was trying to send back the Shambler.
That's what she's trying to do.
Knowing Mrs. Hawkins, I bet she was willing to fight. Charles Hawkins was ready to do anything to protect his wife.
Still a little lost. Barking. What do we got? What do we got? Nothing. That's it. There you are.
Seeing you again. Ah, it's you. I'm here for her, not you.
I don't care why you're here. Your usefulness is the only thing that matters. How do we protect Mrs. Hawkins from the influence of the forces that claim her?
By following Charles Hawkins, that imbecile of a thief, of course.
What do you mean?
He found something. An amulet. The symbol engraved on it could protect Sarah.
Could?
We are dealing with forces that by far surpass what your intellect can process. Feel free to ask me any question regarding the matters that exceed your grasp.
Don't click that. Don't do it.
The dagger with the strange sign. Was it you who sold it to Francis Sanders?
If you are referring to the dagger of the ancients, then yes, it was me. Why?
Do you know what he intended to do with it?
Francis was primarily a collector of occult objects. He liked rare items such as the dagger. But I doubt he knew its purpose.
It allowed me to send the creature you call the Shambler back into the painting.
Fascinating. But I am afraid that this might only be short-lived.
You mean that thing could come back?
Yes, that is why I am looking for a more permanent solution.
It must never come back. This creature, the Shambler, what is it?
It is a hunter. It travels from one dimension to another to hunt down its prey.
Francis Sanders was one of its victims. How could a creature like that end up in one of Mrs. Hawkins' paintings?
Sarah has an uncommon gift. A connection with entities that live beyond our reality. I doubt that she was aware at the time, but when she painted the picture, in a certain way, she called it.
And now it remains in our reality.
Let us say that it uses the painting as a portal into our reality, and we make enticing prey for it.
That's why we must find a way of sending it back to where it came from permanently.
So I wasn't far off whenever I said it was a portal to hell.
A genius like you must have already found a way to get rid of this creature, yes?
I sense your sarcasm, but it does happen that, yes, I do have a solution. I think I can destroy it, but for that I must approach the creature, and to be able to do so, I need the key to Rie.
Another one of your baubles.
It is no bauble, unbeliever. It is a very powerful protection, able to repel very ancient forces. Much more effective than your Colt.
What does it look like?
It is a golden amulet, bearing very ancient inscriptions and an elder sign at its center. A star with an eye in the middle.
I've already seen that sign. Where can we find it?
Therein lies the problem. That foul thief Charles has hidden it somewhere. I found this drawing among his personal effects. I think that it has something to do with the location of the amulet.
I'll follow this lead. You continue searching.
That is what I intend to do. As for you, return here the second you find it. I don't want it to disappear again.
Oh, wait, I know exactly where that's at. Sort of. Oh, yes. Okay, it's upstairs. There is a room where she did... Yeah, it's right here. Oh, he had a note in his ear. This sketch must guide me to the artifact concealed by concealed. Huh? Concealed by concealed Chris Hawkins. Where have I already seen it? I know where this is due. Here? Maybe not. Where did I see this? I think it's in his room. We're looking for gold. Being next to another bust. Oh, right here. Wow, that was super hidden.
This is the amulet that Drake was looking for.
What did I just witness? What the heck was that? It looked pretty freaking cool, not gonna lie. Nope, wrong way. Go to the amulet. Is this guy Drake?
It's you again.
Oh, it is, okay. It is me. Here's the amulet. Don't click that.
I think I've found what we're looking for.
Let me see that. Yes, that's it. It's perfect. We are saved.
I must tell Mrs. Hawkins.
Yes, do that.
Yes, do that. Okay, so what is this gonna exactly? Gonna be able to send the Shambler back to its dimension?
I have it. It's a strange amulet. I hope it will protect you, considering that nothing will help you change your mind.
You must understand. I already went too far.
What have you seen that's so terrible you convinced yourself that you had to risk so much?
I can't tell you now.
This story is going to end badly.
Yes. Chief West is here with Sullivan.
Bradley, you take care of Sarah. I will deal with them.
You sure? All right.
I've been hearing about you a lot lately. You seem to enjoy causing trouble.
Nice job, Chief. You got me. Great police work.
You can try to play smart with me all you want, Pierce. Witnesses have identified you as the one who set fire to Riverside.
Witnesses? How convenient. That's not the whole story, is it?
I don't care about your stories. Save them for the judge. You know, us cops, we base our investigation on facts and testimonies. You might want to try that next time.
So your way of dealing with the cops is just to let yourself get arrested? Nice. Very smart. Well, I'm going to leave this part of Call of Cthulhu here, and we will pick it up in the next one, where we dive further into madness.